Hello everyone, and welcome back to all of our channels. And we have some new viewers today from all over China and all over the world. My name is Alex, and I'm here with Reporterfy Media, and as well with Chongqing. And of course, we got Ni Hao, Cassandra, and the Mexicanos in China as well. So we're going to, for the start here, to tell you about the YDIF 2020 event. We're going to come around to James in a moment, and he's going to tell us about that. But we're going to go to Cassandra, because Cassandra just wants to say hello to her audience, because this is one of the first live streams that they've pretty much done. So here we go. Cassandra, over to you.
Yeah, it's not our first, but yeah. Hola a todos.
Hola a todos, 大家好.
Hola.
Sí, creo que es la primera vez que hacemos el live
de esta forma.
Sí, una exhibición china.
Sí, aquí estamos leyendo sus comentarios, así que cualquier cosa, por favor, díganlo acá. Nosotros vamos a estar hablando en español. Quizás los otros youtubers empiecen a hablar también un poco en inglés. Hay un mexicano que va a hablar en español, así que va a ser como una especie de mezcla que puede ser bien interesante.
Sí, hay amigos de México. ¿De México?
Sí, hay muchos.
Hola. Hola,
por
saludos.
favor, díganos si es que nos escuchan bien y si nos ven bien. Díganos en nuestro chat y ahí vamos a estar saludando. ¿Ok? Okay, we're ready.
All right. So what's interesting here is that just for everybody that's following today's event, if you're using Google Chrome and you're on any of these channels and you need instant translation, all you have to do is right-click on the browser, hit translate, and you'll be able to read everyone's language wherever they're from. It's that easy. So I'm going to go over and now introduce you to Max from Mexicanos in China, and he's going to talk about himself, and then we're going to James at Chongqing.
Okay. Hola amigos, 大家好. Como pueden ver, Noelia no está conmigo hoy. También vamos a hacer un poco de español y un poco de inglés. Así que estamos en una exhibición de diseño industrial en Chongqing. Cassandra y Hao Yang del canal Ni Hao Cassandra van a estar llevándolos alrededor de la expo. Yo tuve que salirme porque yo tengo que trabajar. Entonces me tomé un momento de la oficina para estar acá. Pero Cassandra y Hao Yang les van a estar mostrando todo mientras nosotros les contamos la experiencia en Chongqing. Done. Thank you, Alex.
All right. And James, how are we doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm James from Chongqing, and I'm here at the main entrance of the exhibition. And I'm really excited to be here. So this exhibition held the opening ceremony yesterday, and the exhibition here is going to continue, I think, until the end of January. And I think what's also really special about it here as well is that when you hear the word design, in my mind, the only main thing that comes to my mind is, kind of like fashion, like clothes, things like that, accessories. But what's really different about it this time is that this is an industrial design exhibition. So we're going to go through the exhibition in a little while. We're going to see a lot of the exhibits here. But there's not really much here to do with fashion. It's really about electronic equipment, aviation, smart cities, you name it, anything really to do with technology. And we saw at the opening ceremony here that they had design experts, renowned figures from all over the world. And really, they're coming together to do a number of things. So one, we've all heard about high quality development, which is one of the main objectives here in China. So they're not only trying to improve the functionality of the of all of the electronics here and the products. They're also trying to improve the style and kind of make it more appealing to consumers. Now in the 21st century. So in a few moments, when you're ready, really looking forward to taking a walk through and showing you everything there is to see here.
Okay, well, thank you, James, for that. We're going to, Max and I are going to be sitting behind the backstage, I guess we'll call it. And while you guys are walking around trying to figure out what kind of exciting things you can find us. And as well as we're going to be watching Cassandra walking around and seeing some interesting things. Now, James, you mentioned that there's no fashion there. I disagree. I think electronics and technology is the new fashion. I don't know. What do you think, Max?
Yeah, definitely. Like we're mixing technology with fashion. Noelia is a fashion designer right now. So she was talking about how Chinese people are mixing all of these amazing products with technology. Like we just had like a pair of gloves that heat up on their own. So I'm really curious about what we're gonna see in this fair expo. It's gonna be pretty interesting. Looking forward to it.
Well, that's good. So, you know, Max, you were just recently in Chongqing.
Yes.
Tell us about your experience. How was it going when you were there and your first impressions of the city?
Well, I honestly, like, I had no expectations when it came to Chongqing. And it's funny because you see James right here. I just saw a video in Mandarin Corner where I learned Chinese about his experience in Chongqing, and I was like, I want to go there. He's talking so good about the city. I want to visit that city. And then like 1 month after, I get this invitation by Chongqing. And as soon as I got there, I was like, this city is just blowing my mind, you know? I saw, like, I didn't expect to be so big. 37 million people, right?
Yeah, I would say, you know, it's well, bigger than my country of Canada,
Wow.
population-wise.
It's insane.
It's the kind of city that gets you. You know, so many people, they look at Chongqing and they think, well, it's a mountainous city? Is it a city of bridges? Is it three-dimensional? Is it the city of the future? Is it the city of, you know, automobiles? I mean, it's one of the largest automobile manufacturers in the world, as well as for technology. We got some cool dancing going on there under the... Should we show the cool dancing? What do you guys think? Should we show it?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, here we go.
Hao Yang is
Oh,
doing a
come
great
on.
effort on that one. Keep going, Hao Yang.
So, James, do we have now? Who have we got at the event from Chongqing? Are they going to be meeting up with Cassandra here shortly, or how is it? How are we working this program?
Cassandra is just to my left here. From Chongqing, Sasha is with us today. So it's going to be just the two of us from Chongqing.
Okay, so do you guys want to start on your?
Got a nice group.
Do you want to start on your adventure around the show, and Max and I will chat for a bit? Is that what you guys want to do? Find some cool stuff for us?
Yeah, that's fine by me. So I think
Okay,
I'll,
you guys
take a left
get
here.
going. Get moving on. Max and
Hey,
I got
Alex,
lots to talk about.
There's some people who'd like to hear some intro about Chongqing in Spanish. Do you mind if
Yes,
I
fire
say it
away.
for a second?
Go for
Okay.
it.
So, amigos, yeah. Okay, hola amigos, a todos los suscriptores que nos están viendo desde el canal de Cassandra y desde el nuestro. Pues hace unas semanas fuimos invitados por Chongqing para visitar esta ciudad que es increíble, 37 millones de personas, y estuvimos ahí grabando una serie de videos bastante interesantes que pronto estarán viendo en el canal de Cassandra y en el nuestro. Hola Brandon, ya te vi que estás ahí en los comentarios. Y ahora están en una exposición de diseño industrial que es una de las más grandes de Chongqing. Entonces ahorita vamos a ver una serie de productos increíbles que, pues bueno, no les spoileo, no les voy a arruinar. Entonces chéquenlo, ya están Cassandra y Hao Yang ahí haciendo el baile del cepillo. Bueno, así le decimos en México. Así que, pues, seguimos adelante. Don, Alex, thank you.
Cassandra, do you have any words you want to say to your followers?
Yes. Hola a todos de nuevo, los que se están uniendo ahora. Este directo va a ser como así, combinado entre ratitos en español y ratitos en inglés. Nos encontramos aquí en esta Feria de Diseño Industrial en la ciudad de Chongqing. Chongqing queda en el sur de China y es una ciudad muy grande.
Sí, oeste.
Sí, oeste de China.
Sí.
Entonces,
Y la verdad, Cassandra también es una diseñadora.
Sí, por eso también quería participar de este lugar, porque mi profesión, para los que no saben, yo soy diseñadora gráfica, pero por ejemplo en mi universidad, el primer año de diseño era combinado entre diseño gráfico y diseño industrial. Entonces yo tuve que de todas formas aprender algo básico de lo que es diseño industrial y de ahí me cambié a diseño gráfico. Entonces de todas formas es interesante ver aquí. Y vi que hay cierto diseño de productos que de todas formas muchos diseñadores gráficos participan también en eso, así que va a ser interesante demostrarlo. Hay robots, hay envases, hay tecnología, etc.
Sí. Y acabamos de ver allá, ahí incluye un alcohol, pero por su diseño, como la pintura en el frente.
Como chino, ¿no?
Sí,
Sí,
chino,
vamos
sí.
a mostrarlo en unos momentos. Así que si les interesa ver algo en específico, por favor díganlo en los comentarios y yo los voy leyendo y voy a hablar con ustedes también por aquí. Okay.
So, thank you. So who's working Cassandra, James, who's working Cassandra's video and camera?
Me, Sasha.
Sasha.
Yeah,
So Sasha,
Sasha.
if you can go in a bit closer so we can hear the sound. I'm going to get Max to kind of just say what Cassandra said to her audience, because the audio wasn't completely clear. Can you kind of remember what she was?
¿Me escucharon?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, there we go. Okay,
ya se
Cassandra,
escucha.
let's go again. One more time.
De nuevo, por si acaso, si es que no me escucharon, pero por favor díganme aquí en el chat si es que me escucharon bien. Básicamente estamos en una feria de diseño industrial en la ciudad de Chongqing, en China. Y Chongqing es una ciudad que queda en el suroeste de China. Es una ciudad bastante grande y al parecer están potenciando mucho la tecnología, porque aquí podemos ver muchos productos, tanto de robótica como productos tecnológicos, envases, etc. Vamos a estar mirando un poco, y como yo soy diseñadora gráfica y estudié un poquito de diseño industrial, me pareció una exhibición bastante interesante.
Well, I heard robots there.
Yes.
You got it right, Alex. Saludos, Argentina.
Sí. ¿Podemos tocarlos?
¿Sí?
Wow.
Can you bring that home?
Yeah, we would like to.
Nos gustaría llevarlo a la casa, sí.
¿Y qué hace? ¿Qué hace el robot?
No lo rompas, no lo rompas.
only a few $1,000.
Necesitamos ayuda.
Haoyang ya debe dinero. Haoyang already owes some money.
Okay. Yes, no.
Wow, tiene batería, entonces, no es solamente para mostrarlo, tiene batería.
You know, I don't know if you guys have the same, but we have shops in Canada that say, if you break it, you bought it.
Yeah,
Right.
sure. We also do like that.
Si lo rompes, lo pagas. I just translated that one.
And while you guys are there, could you look for a drone for Max, please?
Oh my God, my drone.
Tell us
A
about
lot
the
of
story,
people
Max.
saw that. I was like doing a live stream. We were trying a live stream there in what's the name of the cave? Hongyadong.
Huang Yidong, yep. James is a
Hongyadong cave.
Huang Yidong, is that correct?
Hongyadong.
Yeah,
Yes, I
Hongyadong.
think
that's
it's
right.
right. So we were doing a live stream, and I was walking over there's like a fountain there with a waterfall. I was walking there, and suddenly I bumped into someone, and I didn't close like the backpack, and the drone fell into the water, and I was like, oh my God, that's impossible. And I was live streaming, so I didn't want to overreact and screw up the live stream. But Noelia started yelling at me, like she was so pissed. We just bought it like 2 weeks before going to the trip, and then it fell, and we kept it in rice. And you want to see something funny?
Tell us.
Here's the rice and the battery. You see,
Oh, fantastic.
a lot of people are asking about the drone. Like I see in the comments, at least in our comments, like people are asking about the drone, and
Right.
it just happens that I have it right here. So guys, if you're watching this, it's alive. So it's good.
So, well, let's hope for a speedy recovery there. Cassandra,
you.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So, Cassandra, just so we know, we have a few audiences here. As you guys know, we have a few channels. We have Chongqing, we have Reporterfy Media, we have Mexicanos in China. I'm going to actually play you guys a clip. If you're not familiar with Cassandra, I'm going to play a clip from her channel, and just to show you what her channel is all about. Is that okay with you, Cassandra?
Yes, it's okay.
All right, here we go. is quite the trailer. If you want to see, if you want to see more from Cassandra and that, in the description box below there, as well as we've got all the channels that you can subscribe to get more of that fantastic content. And now that I got both of you channels on here, the Mexicanos in China and Ni Hao Cassandra, tell us what you guys have been doing for the last week in Chongqing. Anyone who wants to go first, Max or Cassandra? Or? Okay, we'll go to Cassandra, and if we could go a little bit closer in so we could hear her audio, that would be great.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then, we can also like higher our
more louder.
voice.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I will first in Spanish and also a bit in English.
sounds good.
Esta semana aquí en Chongqing, ¿qué hemos hecho básicamente?
Creo que más impresionante es el Tazo.
Tazo, sí. Fuimos a un lugar que queda como a las afueras de la ciudad de Chongqing, que es como una especie de lugar religioso, por así decirlo, porque es en las montañas y hay esculturas de Buda, como de pasajes de la religión budista, etcétera, y son de muchísimos años. Es un patrimonio cultural muy importante y a mí me encantan esas cosas, entonces lo disfrutamos muchísimo. Y sobre todo porque es como un ambiente como más natural, un poco más alejado de la ciudad, aunque la ciudad de Chongqing nos ha impactado que tiene mucho verde, tiene muchos árboles, plantas, montañas, cosa que en nuestra ciudad donde vivimos nosotros en Tianjin no hay, ¿verdad?
Es muy plano, muy plano.
Sí, en Tianjin es muy plano, en Beijing también es muy plano, pero aquí vemos montañas.
Sí, le dije que para mí el viaje a la Chongqing como totalmente otro país.
Sí,
tiene la comida diferente, muy picante, similar a los mexicanos y también la vista y como una Tailandia con montaña.
Como le recuerda también a Europa, en Portugal, Lisboa, también como con subidas y bajadas. Si les gusta ese tipo de ciudades pueden venir aquí, y si les gusta la comida picante, amigos mexicanos, tienen que venir aquí porque es un desafío que incluso los mexicanos con los que estuvimos sufrieron un poco. Uno sí, la otra chica no lo pudo hacer, pero sí es una comida más fuerte. Ya.
All right. Okay, so let me translate. You're having an amazing time in Chongqing. It's an amazing city. You're seeing amazing things, and the group from
and a lot of green.
Yeah, that there are so many first time that we have in Chongqing. Like first time to try the Chongqing hot pot, first time to Chongqing. And first time to go to the carving, the Dagu carving, that we see the spectacular view of there, and it's really well protected, and it's like really amazing. If you are, it's totally different from the Western culture. That if you are interested about the kind of Eastern Buddhist culture, that is a place that you should visit. And also for me, Chongqing is already like totally the other country. That there are so many differences here that even the road that you can, it's like you are taking the roller coaster here. If you take a taxi, they always like you get up and you get down, and so many like humanity creation here. We also went to the graffiti street there. Yeah, like we haven't seen that in the other city of China, and I think it's also like you are hanging around in the street of Argentina or Valparaiso, the city.
Yes.
Well, just to give you an outline on how I think all this Chongqing thing came together is I was last year at this time, my wife said to me, are we going to celebrate Christmas in Thailand or are we going to celebrate Christmas where? And I said, well, let's go to China. And she said, well, where do you want to go in China? And I said, well, remember there's this city that's bigger than Canada? And she says, yeah, what's the name of that place? We looked it up. Chongqing, okay. We got on the flight Christmas Eve. Didn't really know what we were getting into, and arrived at a spectacular city. And it was funny because I didn't even know the Chongqing team before I went. And I put a couple of things on their social media and said, hey guys, I'm in town. I don't know if you want to say hi. And within a couple of days, we met up with them and they showed me around the city. And I tell you, I fell in love with it. And I said to them, I'm going to make it my mission that we own the word Chongqing on Western social media. And you know what? I think we do. because we have a lot of fantastic content creators like yourself, like Max as well, that we're looking forward to seeing some amazing stuff as well. I'm going to go to James, then I'm on to Max. Okay, James, tell us, you're everywhere in Chongqing. Every time I see you, you're in one part of the city. I mean, how do you do it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always on a tight schedule, but it's always great fun as usual. So, really over the last few weeks, I've been all over Chongqing, done a lot of these poverty alleviation trips, because, this year is, this year is basically the year where they're going to announce that the entire municipality has risen out of poverty. Because if you go into the the depths of the countryside, there are still some places that have had a bit of poverty. So over the last month, I've been to lots of the counties, been like to Wushan, Chongqing, Pongshui, kind of all over the place, but also lots of like big events as well. So yesterday I was in Dazu, where the rock carvings are. So they had like a tool forging competition there. So yeah, I mean, Chongqing is so exciting, and of course, really delighted that I got the opportunity to go to some of these amazing places on a regular basis.
So tell us about the YDIF 2020. I see some big names there like Huawei, and we got I think it was Beijing, a motor. We got the local I guess manufacturers for automobiles there. They're quite a large company, right? A lot of big names there.
Yeah, there are some big names here, but also some names I have to admit I'm not all that familiar with, because at the moment I'm taking a look at some of the medical electronics over here. Yeah, so some of the names like One Space, Eva Hart, another one called UWell as well. These are not names I'm really all that familiar with, but I have to say I'm very impressed with the design here.
Is there any booths open? Is there any booths open that you can show us, James?
Oh yes. So
how about you guys? If everybody can walk over and show us some products, we're going to start looking at some products and displays while we're there. And James, while you're searching, I'm going to go to Cassandra, and maybe Max, you can kind of ask Cassandra what she's looking at and all that stuff. Okay. So I'll just come out of here. And I think there's a question on there for you as well, Max. On the screen. Oh, he's coming back.
Here we have an interesting one.
Okay, what do we got here?
Yeah, like what we all know, like Chongqing is famous for the hot pots. That here we even have toothpaste with hot pot flavor.
Yeah.
Really?
And this one is like middle spicy, lightly spicy, and super spicy. Yeah. Like Tabasco. You put a Tabasco.
Like Tabasco.
Let me explain also en Spanish. Chicos, aquí esto nos llamó mucho la atención. Son unas pastas de diente picantes, realmente acordes a la ciudad de Chongqing, y nos dijeron que podemos probarlas o no. Tienen diferentes grados de picantes.
Dejen tu comentario cuáles tenemos que probar.
Sí, quieren probar. A ver, mire, se las muestro aquí hace...
¿Crees que la aguante, Noelia?
Problemas con el estómago, porque la comida picante es demasiado picante, incluso para él, un chino, que ha comido picante, pero el nivel de Chongqing de picante es otro nivel. Así que aquí diseñaron unas pastas de dientes que me parecen bastante interesantes. ¿Quieres probarlas?
Sí,
oler al menos.
Sí, oler, nuestros amigos, ¿cuáles tenemos que probar?
Sí, dice que se cepilla pero no se la come, pero igual puedes quizás tener el picante, entonces, wow. ¿Hay de diferentes sabores o no?
No, es como medio picante, liviano picante.
Liviano, sí,
y también súper picante.
Wow.
Empecemos
con algo pequeño.
Algo pequeño,
sí, a ver.
Ese es medio.
Sí, sí, medio. No hay bajo, no hay nivel bajo.
The question is how much?
How much? You know, Haoyang had like a stomach problem when we were there in Chongqing. Like it was too spicy.
Oh wow.
Es normal como un
pasta de diente como un poco transparente. Sí, y tiene como unas pelotitas, que son plásticos. Ya, a ver. Huele huele igual. que
Huele
cualquier
igual, huele
pasta.
fresco.
No huele extraño. A ver, vamos a probar. Hoy me puse mucho.
Tiene pimiento de Sichuan.
Oh my god,
Así.
ahora sí.
Sí,
Ahora,
sí
ahora
tiene-
picante.
sí.
Ah.
Es dulce al principio, pero después de inmediato se siente un poquito de picor. Este es el nivel más bajo, así que es poco.
No, medio.
Medio, sí,
medio,
pero
sí.
que el menor que tiene.
Sí, creo que el super puede ser mucho olor.
Este es soportable, pero sí se siente. Pero yo estoy así, lamiendo una gotita. Quizás si me lo pongo todo, debe ser muy picante.
Va a dar más inflamación para usar más.
¿Será o no? Chicos, ¿se animarían a lavarse
Sí.
los dientes con una pasta picante?
Sí, chicos de mexicanos,
Mexicanos.
de México, ¿ustedes gustaría usar un pasta de dientes picante o no?
Sí, por favor, díganlo en los
No,
comentarios.
no creo, Yo no creo que yo la usaría.
¿Te animarías
Especialmente porque... No, yo creo que no. Noelia sí le gustaría, imagínate. Y ella nació en España.
Sí.
Pero ella come mucho más chile que yo, ¿se acuerdan?
Ah. Extraño, sí. Yeah, it's spicy. No, maybe for you nothing. Para ella que de Chongqing está nada, pero para nosotros sí. Okay.
So, interesting. The product there. I mean, how many people, James, are at this event that come and product displays and stuff like that?
Today it's pretty quiet, so I think we're more or less like the only ones here at the moment. So we've got
Right.
like free reign of the displays here. But so I've got lots of products in this site area. I mean, I can show you. So,
Oh yes, let's go.
yeah.
You're. We'll take one of those. Yeah, I'll have one of those.
Oh,
Max,
I'll
what
take
color?
that one.
What color do you want, Max?
I'll take a black one. I'll
Okay,
take the
we want black
one.
one of that. I'm happy with that color. I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah. Wow, that's a pretty
This
nice
happened
car,
quite
huh?
a bit for us today. Like,
Look at
so,
that.
Yeah,
Can you
but
get
it's
in
got
there?
This handle I've never quite seen before. You can have to like push it in before the handle comes out, and then you can pull it. But they've locked it up today. But
Okay.
yeah, actually, I mean the interior looks really nice. I like one of those big flat interactive screens. I'm not quite sure the series. I'm not sure. Maybe this is a Chinese brand. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, the interior is very nicely designed. I'll definitely I'll definitely take one of these.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or a couple if you don't mind.
Yeah.
What brand is that?
The better. But I remember, like at the beginning of the show, yeah, I mean, you challenged.
Oh, what
I
is this?
suppose, one of my preconceptions that I suppose now I kind of think of tradition. I think of fashion in the traditional sense. So
Yeah.
for me, it's always kind of been about clothes, accessories. But over here in the medical section, so what's kind of impressed me that you have like a lot of these machines that normally we wouldn't associate with fashion. But you are right. So industry is the new fashion. In this century. So over here, I suppose these devices are not only practical, they're functional, but they're also kind of a bit more aesthetically pleasing than the ones I've seen in hospitals in the past. So here, I mean, these are for measuring blood pressure. Over here, do you recognize what these are?
What are those?
What? Is that Chinese medicine? I don't know what that is. Looks like
What
the
is
cupping
Yeah, I mean,
things.
have you tried cupping before?
Yeah,
No.
I've done it.
Is that what those are?
Yeah, that's what it is. So we've got very fashionable packaging here,
Oh, wow.
and then inside, what you do. I hope they don't mind me taking these out.
Of course they
So
don't.
these
Just
are
grab the
these
box.
are the cups.
Oh, but is that the ones that pinch your skin? Because I know there's like the cupping where they don't pinch your skin, but there's another one where they pinch your skin and there's blood actually coming out.
Yeah,
So-
I've seen that. I haven't experienced that myself,
So-
but we get two ones. I mean, the traditional ones are when they use like these glass cups and they use a flame to kind of create a vacuum inside. But these ones are kind of more suction-based ones. So you put these on your back, and then over here we have an implement. So what we do, we just kind of put that on top of the cup, and then we
Wow.
just pull this up, and then we can basically.
Well, that's come a long way.
There's some people in the
we're-
comments saying that actually works. Like in Spanish, like Spanish comments, they're saying it works. It's good. It's
We're-
good therapy.
We're going to move on to Cassandra, guys, if you don't mind. I think she's got her hands on something. What have we got here?
Son printers. Hemos encontrado unas impresoras. Hay de diversos tipos y estamos aquí descifrando cómo funciona esto.
Sí. Por así puede.
What do we got here?
Son unas mini impresoras de Line.
Sí, pero
¿Conoces
parece
Line?
bonita.
Sí, qué lindas.
Uy, eso le encantaría a Noelia.
Son muy lindas.
Sí.
Son
¿Hay amigos
chiquititas.
o fan de Line?
De Line,
De
sí.
esta marca.
Dice que es muy tierno, sí. Ponen el papel aquí, por lo que veo entonces, y después la cierran y se supone que imprime, pero se conecta con el Shouji, ¿o no? Shouji la llama.
Con el teléfono.
Creo que
Yo
puede
creo
conectar
que-
con un
Yo creo
celular.
que debe
Sí.
ser con Bluetooth y
Sí.
cosas así.
Sí.
¿No hay de
Y dice
cerdo?
que para
Creo que no me
relajar
escuchan.
este botón.
Ya, para relajarte, para
Sí.
así con el estrés y lo presionas.
Qué chévere, qué bonito.
Muy tierno, me gusta mucho, pero imprime como boletas.
Sí, boleta. Y
Sí.
divertido.
Hola, mexicano.
En China todo es relacionado con estudio porque son preguntas de matemáticas.
Ah, ¿verdad? Miren.
Oh, fantastic.
Aquí la impresora imprime preguntas de matemática. Qué divertido. Y aquí tenemos
Oh,
unas
cute.
bastantes.
Sí, sí,
I thought those were toasters.
It looks like toasters, right? I thought it was toasters too.
Parecen
People
como-
are asking how can they get one in the comments.
Well, they
¿Cómo
can.
pueden tener uno?
Yeah, we'll have to ask. We'll have to ask.
Right?
Can ping it.
Yeah, it
Oh,
seems
wow.
like everybody wants one.
So, Max, I'm going to put a couple of things up on the screen. Maybe you can read them for me. Let's
Yeah.
have a look at this here.
Okay, impressed with Chongqing's development, top technology, like the food is first level, the architecture is amazing, and thanks Mexicanos in China, gracias Zaragoza Bellavista, for showing us an amazing country. Let China come conquer Latin America.
No, pero este
That's funny.
All right.
We have some information
They're
about
asking for like a, how do you say, like a lottery? How can they win the car? Sebastián Alonso.
We'll go to
Vamos
James
a
on
ver.
that. I think James is
Yeah.
over by some motorcycles. So, guys, I'm gonna skip over to James and let you guys find some more goodies for us. James, what do we got? Yeah, Max and I'll take one of
Oh,
those.
that's my
Yeah.
thing. I'll take one of those.
All right, so we've just seen some of the motor vehicles just a few moments ago. But what interests me here is that the brand of this motorbike is Lifan. So Lifan is one of the most famous motorcycle manufacturers in China, and they're also based in Chongqing. But I think what's different about this exhibition here, I mean, I first came to Chongqing in the year 2003. And for many years, there used to be motorbikes everywhere, all on the roads in the city. But they never looked like this. The ones that we used to see were just kind of just very basic, just made for functionality. But these ones, as we can see here, I mean, the designs of these motorbikes here are absolutely beautiful. And at the moment, I could just see myself, crossing the plains of Xinjiang, the mountains of Tibet in one of these. I mean, these are.
Hey
these
James,
really
are those
beautiful.
electric? No way, no.
No, I don't think. I think these are fuel based ones.
Oh, that's great. Is it allowed in Chongqing? Because like in Suzhou, there's no way you can get a plate for your motorcycle. I tried, and they said like you can't get it here. Only e-bikes are allowed, which is also something amazing about China. But I don't know, in Chongqing I saw some.
I'm just going to give you guys a background on Lifan Industry. It was founded in 1992. It was, of course, located in the wonderful city of Chongqing. After 24 years of effort, it has grown into a large private enterprise, taking new energy industry as the strategic development direction, and is mainly engaged in R&D production and sales, including exports of automobiles, motorcycles, engines, and integrating investments and financial services. To date, Lifan Group retains over 10,000 employees, has been continuously listed in China's top 500 enterprises and the #1 exporter in Chongqing automobile and motorcycle industry for years. That's just a little bit of a background on what that company is there. Pretty amazing stuff, actually. It's absolutely fantastic to see the product coming out of China. We're going to go to Max now just to chat with you, Max. Your experience in Chongqing, I mean, we also got a congratulations from a few of your people as you're approaching 11,000 subscribers. It's nice to see you got a great channel growth and great views on your channel. Can we look forward to some videos coming out of Chongqing?
Oh, definitely. We have more than we need. Like, we have a lot of footage, and Noelia is on fire with the editing. She's been editing nonstop. So I think we're gonna see the first. We already saw the first one, which was the live stream where we lost the drone, which, by the way, is still here. But Noelia is on fire doing some videos about our first day. You remember that we had to get tested, which is something that Chinese government is doing, like, properly to stop like the virus from spreading.
I'm going to interrupt you, Max. I remember getting a message from you saying, Alex, the hotel won't let us in. Can you tell our viewers, Cassandra's viewers and everyone, what you went through in the first few minutes and how well Chongqing stepped up to help you with it?
Yeah, that was really good. The first day that we got to Chongqing, no hotel would take us. There was no hotel who would accept a foreigner. Now, it doesn't matter that we had our green code and that we showed our passport and we've been here for more than a year. No one would take us. So I immediately called Chongqing.
And that's due to health and safety, right? I mean, that's absolutely due to health and safety. I mean, we have to admire the governments, and we have the same in Thailand here. We have a very, very, very strict border patrol here. No foreigners have been allowed unless they do a 2-week quarantine when they're coming to Thailand here, and it has to be a government quarantine hotel. So that's them taking precautions. They're not being lazy on it, and that's why they've been very successful in keeping this down. So continue to tell us on what a person can expect if they're going to Chongqing. You tried to book into a hotel. The hotel said, you better go get a COVID test, right?
Right.
So is that how it works?
Yeah, that's how it works. And it seems, because we've been traveling lately a lot, and it seems to be like that everywhere. As I said, is in an effort to stop the spread of the virus, which I think is pretty amazing. And as soon as we got there, we called Chongqing, and they were super helpful. They actually took us to the hospital. They paid for our COVID test. And although it was pretty uncomfortable, they stick something in your nose and you feel it in the back of your throat. But still, it was pretty fast. In just 6 hours, we got the results. It just took 6 hours. So the same day we got to stay at a hospital. So that's pretty amazing of the health system here in China, and especially in Chongqing. So that same night we found a hotel.
And that, that is good. We're going to go to Cassandra here. She's found something. So let's have a look what she's got.
We found a 3D printer.
3D printer.
Hora 3D. Miren, aquí pueden ver lo que han impreso. Como para usos médicos, yo creo, ¿no?
Wow.
Para usos médicos.
Sí, para usos médicos también para la facultad de medicina para enseñarlo.
For medicine.
Sí, dice que si tienen problemas, que si tienen como un cáncer, como dice algo malo haya, enfermedad, puede imprimir esa parte.
Esa parte con la falla, con ese problema que tiene la persona.
Sí, porque es en la pintura como X-ray, es como un 2D. A veces el doctor no va a ver tan claro.
Wow.
Todos son los materiales.
Materiales para imprimir.
I'm noticing these 3D printers are getting more compact, more sophisticated every year as they go on. Just to tell you, the audience, the importance of these 3D printers is that many years ago, if you needed to do a design on something, you had to get a mold made, and a mold was extremely expensive for a product, anywhere from $60,000 to $100,000. And now these 3D printers can do them for a fraction of the cost, and that's why we're seeing a lot of advanced R&D stuff. Just want to...
Como estudié diseño, en la universidad teníamos también impresoras 3D, pero por supuesto que no así. Pero es interesante ver.
Sí, es increíble cómo ver que las impresoras de pronto ya se van haciendo más chiquitas y pronto todos vamos a tener una en nuestra casa, ¿no?
Sí.
Just doing a quick.
Creo que ya hay más pequeñas, pero estas deben ser de mayor calidad para usos médicos, entonces por eso quizás es más.
Sí, seguro. Saludos desde Guatemala. Saludos, Daniela.
Apenas. ¡Qué nervios! ¿Les gustan estas cosas, chicos? A mí me dan nervios.
Se ve súper real.
A bit nervous.
Just like to make another point out to your hospital trip there. I think a lot of when we get a lot of Western people join our live streams or see our videos, I've lived here in Southeast Asia now, Max, for almost 10 years, and when this epidemic happened in China, you got to remember the country I'm in is Thailand at the time, and I just got back from Chongqing after this broke out, and immediately the Thai government, put in precautions right away. Immediate masks, closed the borders, and the thing about Thailand is Thailand has the largest Chinese visitors on any other country in the world. Almost 60% of our tourists here are from China. The other thing is Thailand was the first country to disclose the coronavirus happening outside of China, and a lot of people feel that it's foreigners being these precautions are so important because they are trying to contain this so they don't have a massive problem here. And we've been under this for about 9 months. We're getting used to it. It's understandable. And I think in total, in general, we're going to see these challenges. As Brandon made a point here, he said it's kind of sad for foreigners to face these kind of challenges. I think every nation around the world is going to be facing these challenges moving forward. And we have to all do what we can to move forward. So where did James go? James is standing in front of somewhere. He's always finds the goodies. James, what have you got for us? He's lost his audio, but we'll get him back here in a moment. We don't have audio on you yet, James. Hang on a second. Really? Now we do. We got audio now.
Oh, we got audio. Okay.
What did you find for us?
I was in this photo of the exhibition here. It's pretty small.
A little bit louder, James.
Yeah, okay.
A little bit louder.
I speak as loud as I can. Right, so we were just talking about the motorcycles in Chongqing and how they used to be so ubiquitous. Right. So actually, we were talking about those. It's still actually possible to ride the motorbike here. I think the only difference is, and the reason why we see a lot fewer on the streets now, is that I think the drivers are more strictly regulated. So now they often check people, pull people over, check they've got licenses, that their vehicles are roadworthy, that they've got insurance and things like that. So I think this is the main reason that we see fewer motorbikes around. But even so, if you want to pick up one of these babies, I'm sure it's absolutely fine. So if you can have a look at some of these designs here,
okay.
I was going to show you these. Maybe we could do a guessing game. Maybe I'll show you. Maybe you can try and guess what it is.
That would be.
I think the audio
I think it's a charger.
Is it a charger? Any other ideas?
Wireless charger, or I have Max. What do you think?
I couldn't hear clearly. I got the audio.
He's asking us what and I'm going to say this to the audience. What does everybody think that is that he's holding up?
Oh, what is it? I don't know.
So.
A souvenir, a mirror. I have no clue.
Okay, I think it's a wireless charger, but it could be a speaker. I don't know what it is.
Maybe a power bank.
Actually, it's a hand warmer. So the winter is pretty cold.
A hand warmer.
If your hands are cold, what you do?
I need that.
Hold it like this, and it warms your hands up, and it's very handy. So we've got the charger ports here. And also, I suppose you've got this holder here as well. So you could even put this on your key ring or attach it to your bag or something like that.
Okay, we'll take 2 of those.
Yeah. Yeah. You got it.
Yeah. Is it cold in Thailand now, Alex?
32. It's nice.
Okay.
Yeah, and the LPs.
Vinyl, my friend.
Yeah, perhaps in you and my day, these.
Oh yeah,
old school.
Really popular. But yeah,
I've never used one of those.
The comebacks, retro is also quite popular. But what's really interesting as well is how retro is also being combined with technology as well. So this is like a very stylish, very compact, LP disc player. So,
Okay, we'll take one.
Yeah, definitely. If you have one of these, new modern style, home decors, you could put this in here and it definitely would not look out of place. Yeah, and the last thing I'll show you here in this corner as well. Do you have an idea what this is?
Shower speak. No, what's those old little things that you could doodle on when you were a kid? Well, that's something for a bus. That's something for a bus or something.
I'll give you a clue,
Yeah, that's like a metro handle.
So is that an advertising thing? I bet you that's for advertising.
I think so. So this is advertised here as a smart bus.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So I suppose if you're standing next to it, it can flash you advertisements. Also maybe tell you what stop you're at, and it probably does other things as well.
I think it says, if we can read there, it says subscribe to Ni Hao Cassandra and subscribe to Mexicanos in China. I think that's what it says.
There you go.
Yeah, you've got excellent eyesight.
So Max, I'm going to put some comments up on the screen, okay? And maybe you can just tell me to keep going what they're all about. So I'm going to start here.
I've been reading them. First of all, there's I'm just going to say it in Spanish real quick.
Yep.
Para los que están preguntando por Noelia, Noelia está contestando ya los comentarios. Tuvo una cita en la embajada de emergencia, entonces no pudo asistir, pero está contestando ya todos sus comentarios. Noelia, si estás ahí, deja un comentario, saluda a la gente, di que estás ahí. Y bueno, done, Alex. What were you asking? Sorry.
So I'm just going to put some comments up on the screen here, and
translation, right?
Yeah. Oh, hey, I got one for me. Look at this. Who's this? Good to hear Alex again on a live stream. Well, thank you, Michael. Thank you very much. Actually, he's got a great channel. If that is the Michael that I know, don't forget to check that channel out. Some pretty amazing content there. Thank you for dropping by and making a comment. I appreciate that. So I'll put a few more comments up here, Max, and just tell me if I should just keep going.
Okay. So they're saying that they love that Chinese people are super friendly and hospitable. Keep going. Hola, okay. Noelia. They're saying hi to Noelia. She's in the comment section. Yeah. Next.
Okay.
Saludos, greetings to everyone.
Okay, hello, guys. Yeah.
Hola, guys. Yeah, you got that one. There's some people they were asking why we were speaking about Thailand, so maybe I should say it in Spanish.
Yeah, please do, yeah.
Creo que Cassandra va a decir algo. Cassandra, ¿vas a decir algo?
No, tú sí, a nosotros también nos preguntaban por qué estábamos hablando de Thailand.
Vale.
Puedes tú decir.
Ok, pues nada, es que resulta que el primer día que llegamos a Chongqing, porque nosotros llegamos un día antes, no nos dejaban entrar en ningún hotel. Ningún hotel estaba aceptando extranjeros a menos que tuvieras una prueba de COVID. Entonces, eso no nos lo esperábamos porque no habíamos estado en Chongqing antes, pero tuvimos que ir al hospital y hacernos la prueba de COVID para que nos dejaran quedarnos en un hotel. De hecho, Cassandra, como todavía no había llegado, pues recibió la noticia desde acá, de Chongqing, le mandé un mensaje, y al llegar a Chongqing, lo primero que hicieron fue llevarlos al hospital a hacerles el examen de COVID. Y Cassandra, quizás les puedas contar cómo se siente el examen de COVID. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómodo?
Sí. No lo esperábamos porque nosotros pensábamos que ya las restricciones para los extranjeros como decía, no estaban tan fuertes, pero como ahora en invierno aquí en China han sucedido algunos rebrotes pequeños, generalmente todos, menos mal, menos de 10 casos, pero de todas formas hay alerta, entonces aquí se está empezando a cuidar más y han vuelto estas restricciones a nosotros como extranjeros. Yo tengo un video en el canal donde menciono las medidas que se toman, porque China quiere evitar a toda costa que desde afuera vuelva el virus hacia China, y es entendible porque ellos han mantenido el control muy bien. Entonces nos pasó que al llegar aquí en Chongqing algunos hoteles, a pesar de que saben que yo no he salido de China y que mi pasaporte dice que no he salido y entré en enero, antes de la pandemia, de todas formas me pidieron hacerme el examen. Y también porque veníamos de una zona de rebrote de como 7 casos, ojo, rebrote de 7 casos en Tianjin, y eso hacía que nuestro código de salud tenía una notita en rojo que decía que veníamos de Tianjin, entonces era una alerta. Entonces Haiyan, al ser chino, también se tuvo que hacer el examen del coronavirus porque veníamos de una zona con 7 casos nuevos de coronavirus, entonces hay que prevenir. Y fue interesante porque sí, fuimos al hospital, fuimos a un hospital público, lo grabamos, así que van a verlo después en el canal. Llenísimo de gente, repleto, sí, porque así son los hospitales públicos en China, pero funciona bien, funciona mucha gente, pero funciona. Y nos hicimos el examen. ¿Y cómo fue la sensación, Javier?
Es usa un como dice
ese
tampón.
No, sí, es
un tampón,
de algodón, y te lo ponen en la nariz y también aquí en la garganta.
Sí, y hace
lágrimas. Sí. Una reacción, pero no porque me doliera, no nos dolió, pero sí se sentía como incómodo, pero fue como una reacción inmediata. No sé si ustedes, los que nos ven, alguno se ha hecho el test del coronavirus, porque nosotros para nada, pero ahora como teníamos que viajar y teníamos que quedarnos en cierto hotel y no podíamos cambiar tanto el horario, entonces tuvimos que hacerlo. ¿Cómo se han hecho el test? Nos cuentan en los comentarios.
Sí, pensé que si no voy a salir del país, nunca necesito hacer ese examen, pero inmediatamente en el primer día que llegamos a Chongqing hacemos ese examen. Pero es interesante. Sí, para asegurar de que todo está bien.
Exacto, sí. Y ahora como el rebrote en Tianjin ha sido controlado de momento, al menos no han subido los casos, entonces ahora en nuestro código de salud Tianjin ya no aparece en rojo. Entonces ahora creo que ya estamos un poco más...
Okay, I think they'll be back in a second.
Signal,
no worries.
Okay,
So, tell us.
No, nothing. I was just trying to complete what she was saying because that's like how we get to Thailand.
Really?
Entonces, bueno, lo que está explicando Cassandra de que ella está en Tianjin y se puso un poco rojo el código. Lo mismo era acá de Hongqiao en Shanghai. Entonces se nos puso rojo el código y todos tuvimos que hacernos el examen. Pero ahora la pregunta era por qué estábamos hablando de Tailandia. Es porque Alex estaba diciendo, estas medidas de controlar, hacer exámenes a la gente que viaja, no solo se van a estar tomando en China. Con el tiempo, países como Tailandia, que es en el que él vive, Alex vive en Tailandia, también van a estar tomando este tipo de medidas, y también la del código QR, que incluso en México creo que ya se está aplicando. Así que a los que tengamos el código rojo, pues va a haber que hacerse exámenes por seguridad de todos. Entonces, por eso estábamos hablando de Tailandia. Y bueno, si ahí tienen preguntas o quieren saber algo más de eso, pronto van a estar los videos. Cassandra hizo su video sobre cuando se hicieron la prueba y Noelia y yo hicimos el nuestro. Son reacciones completamente diferentes, entonces no se los pierdan. Yo creo que por ahí de 2 semanas ya estarán saliendo. Thank you, Alex.
Yeah, sure. Maybe just a quick overview in English what you said to the viewers.
Oh yeah, I was just explaining the history about why we needed to get tested, and like people were asking why were we mentioning Thailand. I just said that you're living in Thailand and that Thailand is also taking this kind of measures to keep people safe.
Yeah, I mean, it actually, from the WHO, got rated the #1 country in the world for its measures. And I have to tell you, as soon as the message was coming out of China, they took it very, very serious, and they continue to do so. And with the rest of, Asia and Asian countries, I feel that, we're here for a while, and some things we can definitely learn from this. This has changed travel. The way we see it moving forward. The other thing, that I want to bring up is now that you've traveled outside of the city that you're normally living in China, after you've got through that initial test in Chongqing, how did the visit go was the city vibrant? Did it feel exciting for you? Did you how did you how did your week go?
Well, in Chongqing,
Yeah.
it was amazing. And we like from day one, they took us to Wulong in Chongqing. It seems like
Okay.
it's 2 hours from Chongqing, and we saw the flying kiss. I don't know if you've heard about it. It went viral in Chinese social media. It's like on the top of a mountain. They built like this. I don't know. I wouldn't call it a roller coaster. I don't know the name for that in English, but it's like two statues that go super high and kiss each other at the top. So that's like 1,000 meters above the land. So it's really scary, but at the same time, it's amazing. And then we made a video called "China is the next biggest backpacking destination," because it's building like so many. Yeah, it's building so many attractions in different parts that you've never heard of, and then they go viral because they're crazy. It's so cool. And we got some nice drone shots, and it was an exciting adventure. But the biggest thing is that Chongqing is a big mix between the old and the new. You can see like a pagoda in front of a metro station, and then you see the most futuristic building behind, which for the drone, that's amazing. So I think that's it.
And while we're on here with Chongqing, I have to tell you that if you're traveling to Chongqing, visit Chongqing's website as well, and visit their YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to it already, subscribe to it. This is an up and coming city. I'm telling you now, it's an amazing city, of course, but it hasn't been one that has been on the map of foreigners. And as I was leaving from the international side, I guess you guys were on the domestic side, but while I was leaving the international side of the airport, it was a completely brand new section of the airport. They are getting ready. So once they push the button to open up, this place is going to be explored. So I would say, and as you say, you were talking about backpacking and stuff. I mean, get in there, discover this city before the rest of the world does. You have a chance to really have a fantastic experience. I'm going to go over to Cassandra. I think we're going back to the 80s here.
Right.
Are we going back to the 80s?
Classic Mac.
Yeah.
Classic
Haciendo, acabamos de cortar el stream
Sí,
de
sí.
Ahora volvemos, y acá es como creo que vale mucho dinero este
Es
Mac.
una antigüedad.
Sí,
Sí,
hay
es un Mac
sí,
de Apple.
sí. Hay fan de Mac para coleccionar este tipo de acomodador.
Yo creo,
Sí,
debe
creo
haber
varios.
gente, sí.
Sí, mira, este mouse es también diferente.
Sí.
Como,
Creo que yo tengo uno igual todavía.
Cuando yo era más pequeña alcancé a ver uno. ¿Tú alcanzaste a usar uno?
sí,
cuando pequeño.
Sí,
Oh.
sí. Creo que cuando como a la escuela tenemos clase de acomodador también.
¿Con Mac o con Windows?
Con Windows, por
Yo
supuesto.
con
Sí,
Windows.
con Windows.
Nosotros también en Chile con Windows, pero alcancé a ver
Fantastic.
una real.
Sí.
Interesante.
Stay there, James.
Aquí hacemos un video sobre tecla, diferentes de tecla de chino tradicional y china
Sí.
simplificado.
Hace poco subimos un video acerca de cómo los chinos escriben en el teclado en chino. Tienen muchos caracteres. Si quieren ver ese video, está en el canal. Atentos. Okay.
So what were we looking at there? A vintage Mac?
Yeah, vintage Mac. And it just happens that Ni Hao Cassandra just made a video about like
Oh,
how
really?
Chinese people type. Because that's a good question. If you've never been to China, it's really like strange. You would think that they would have like a special keyboard, but no, they just use the pinyin. Check out Cassandra's video. Chequen el canal de Cassandra para el video de cómo los chinos escriben. Está bastante interesante.
We're looking at James now. James, what have we got? What have you found?
We're just a few meters away from Sasha
You're-
and Cassandra, so we're on the second floor of the exhibition. So,
Second floor of the exhibition, yep.
The latest designs. It's kind of like like a history of computers. So over here,
Okay.
the versions of the iBooks. And actually, no, these remind me a lot of the things we had kind of in the early 90s in England. I mean, they weren't so colourful, the ones we had in England.
Right.
But I suppose in other respects, it's pretty similar with just the size, the weight, because all of these are really heavy. Yeah, and then
So-
we have the screens that were black and white. And, yeah,
So the evolution of we're looking at the evolution of computers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they've got some. I think like these are like real exhibits as well. In this one here, this is kind of like what I remember from the early '90s. And yeah, I remember these used to be really expensive as well. This is like a computer I use today, the MacBook Air.
Mm-hmm.
But over here, we've got some things that are maybe not, maybe about 10 years ago, quite popular. So
Look at those, huh?
Yeah, iPod Shuffle. I used to have one of these, but of course, all of these functions now mobile phones can do instead. So I mean, these are kind of in the space of just a few years have already become obsolete.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that one.
Max,
Yep.
can I ask your age?
I'm 29.
Okay,
I
so
should
let
have
me
asked you to guess.
let me tell you something. Maybe not. Maybe James might not share the same thing with me on this, but you grew up and the internet was just kind of, it was there for you. But can you imagine?
Not really. Yeah.
Not for you, James. I'm just telling the viewers a story about. I don't know how old you are, but I know how old I am. But let me tell you a story here. So, Max, around your age, imagine there's no such thing as the internet at your age, and all of a sudden, the next morning, somebody says, you should buy this computer. And what this computer can do is it can plug into the telephone line, and you can talk and see everything from around the world. You know, at the age of 26, the internet was the first time I ever got on the internet. That's when it came out, around when I was 26 years old. And the information explosion, I mean, that was my revolution there. I mean, there's the industrial revolution, but the high-speed internet revolution to me was just unbelievable. It completely changed my life from a 26-year-old that didn't, we didn't know anything about that. And I spent, I think, my first time on the internet, it was almost 72 hours nonstop. I was just totally in awe on what I could learn, because before that point, it was go to the library and get books and read. And now, so James, hold tight. I'm going to Cassandra. Max and I like what we see here. We want one of these. Oh, what are they doing?
I was just looking at it. It looks pretty cool. Oh, I know what's coming. I know what they're writing. A ver, adivinen, amigos, si saben qué está escribiendo Cassandra, pónganos en los comentarios. Yo creo que ya tengo una idea de qué está escribiendo. Así que asegúrense de dejarle ahí un like, porque se están esforzando los chicos con su arte. Y a ver quién adivina primero qué está escribiendo. I'm just saying that, asking people to guess what she's writing. I think I already know. But there's no space.
Fantastic.
Nice.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Ni hao. Yeah.
Thank you for that. So, James,
Yeah.
I mean, so that basically takes us back. We're looking at all those devices, and I mean, you're in the city of Chongqing. I mean, how is the companies there? I mean, we hear Shenzhen is always a city of the they nickname it the Silicon Valley of China. I mean, I'm impressed in what I'm starting to see coming out of Chongqing here. I mean, you even have a railway, apparently, that connects to sell some of the laptops. Are you familiar with that? It's kind of like, maybe you can explain that. I'm not sure if I talked to you about it or Catherine about it.
Yeah, so this location at the moment is called the Lianjiang New Zone. So in this area, I mean, there's lots of these big tech areas, and already like a couple of years ago, they started manufacturing laptops here, which are completely made in Chongqing. I think including all of the parts and all of the assembly. Yeah, so that's been going on for quite a few years now, and and it's always expanding. So I mean, I've been to many other of these areas. Of course, here we have the new Western Science City. You have the high tech zone in Bannan district. We also have like a medical technological zone as well. So yeah, year by year, I mean, this is expanding. There are more and more like companies, setting up. I mean, what's impressed me as well, I mean, earlier this year when the epidemic started, we started visiting a lot of the high-tech companies here.
Yeah,
and
I remember that. Yeah.
Products, mobile applications which can help people get through the epidemic, resolve some of their the daily the problems they have. But also, what amazed me as well, that we went into these really highly developed companies, but the owners, they explained to us that they only set up in like 2017, some of them 2018. So so it's not only the quantity, the number of the high-tech companies that are here in Chongqing, but also the speed of development as well. I mean, some of them have only been founded a couple of years, but have already have very high status, very high standing in the high-tech market. Yeah. So and also this year.
Can you tell the viewers, I mean, Chongqing, the company you're with, can you kind of tell the viewers what role Chongqing, first of all, has played with some of the content creators that you've had visiting your city, and what is the message from Chongqing trying to get out to the world and the community?
Okay, so Chongqing, we're very comprehensive. So, I mean, on our official title, we're about cultural tourism, but really we bring the audience, the world audience, everything there is about Chongqing. So the latest developments, the high technology, the news, also social things as well, like the poverty alleviation. Yeah, so so really want to bring everybody around the world a first-hand view. What is life like in Chongqing? And also, we're going to be doing new programs in the future as well. So, for example, like Chongqing Opportunity. So, yeah, we're going to be seeing how people from countries around the world can move to Chongqing and become successful as well. Because here, like Chongqing, it's not only a very happening, very exciting city, but it's also very open as well. So really, people from all around the world, are welcome to come here, bring their skills, share their knowledge, and also, be successful in whatever walk of life they're in.
And what role do you have with Chongqing, James? Just so our viewers know, because you're being recognized all over the place now.
Okay, so we have quite a broad spectrum of things we do. But I know year to year, maybe we have a certain focus that we work on. So this year I've been mostly focusing on poverty alleviation, but also technology and the pandemic, and also a lot of high-profile events that have taken place this year. Those such as the China Smart Expo that took place.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. But also, like recently, we had a kind of a reshuffle. So this year, particularly going into 2021, I'm in the political economy section as well. So we're going to be seeing more news coming from me related to those kinds of articles. But nevertheless, we're still going to be covering a wide range of topics, and I'm really, I like to be really outgoing. So when things are happening all over the municipality, I'm kind of one of the first people to kind of put my hand up saying, I want to go. So even though technically for 2021, I'm going to be in the political economy group, you're still going to be seeing me doing a wide variety of topics and reports.
Okay, well, that's great. And thank you for sharing that with us, James. I'm going to actually, Max, if you don't mind, I'm going to actually pull up a video from your channel and play a few seconds of it, if you don't mind. You cool with that?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's try that. Okay, so Max, maybe you can tell everybody, the audience, what your channel is about. You can in Spanish as well and in English, and so everybody can subscribe, and go for it.
Ok, amigos, nuestro canal especialmente es de entre Noelia y yo. Nos vinimos a vivir a China y pues ha sido una locura porque nos mudamos justo en el año de la pandemia y pues han pasado tantas cosas que básicamente lo que queremos es compartir con ustedes nuestra vida aquí en China y con un poquito de suerte hacer que quieran venir a visitarnos, porque la verdad es que pues los extrañamos a todos ustedes, y además compartir con todo el mundo latino toda esta vida que es aquí. Tenemos mucha suerte de haber conocido a Cassandra ahora, porque pues la verdad es que aquí los latinos no somos tantos y estamos tratando de hacer una comunidad aquí, incluso en YouTube. Entonces suscríbanse, denle like y chequen el video que les está a punto de poner Alex, pero antes rápido una traducción. So guys, Noelia and me have been here for 1 year only, and we just moved when the pandemic was starting, so we've lived through a lot of different interesting situations, and like fortunately we had like a little GoPro, the one that you see everywhere with us, and we've recorded a bunch of interesting stuff for you guys, so check it out, subscribe, and check out the video that Alex is about to play for you guys. Hope you like it.
Yeah, I'll play the intro, and then you guys can watch the rest of it at Mexicanos in China's channel. So let me just see if I can pull it up here. And if I got the right one, yeah, I think I do. Let's try to get it larger screen for everybody. Okay, I'm going to roll it.
Yeah,
Sound good?
go.
Here we go.
Inolvidable en esta calle, amigos. Fenomenal, y de verdad los invitamos a que vengan a China. Hola, amigos. Hola, 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 hola. Bienvenidos a Xi'an. El día de hoy estamos en una de las ciudades más especiales de China con nuestros amigos youtubers Quaylo60, tenemos a Matt y pronto tenemos al canal de los Barrett con nosotros. Este es un lugar que se llama Grand Tang Mall.
Es súper famoso.
Bastante famoso, bastante famoso. Entonces vamos a llevarlos a dar una vuelta y les vamos a mostrar todo lo que haya que ver en esta provincia tan maravillosa que es Shanxi.
Así que adelante.
Well, there you guys go. So you know where to find that channel, I hope. It's all in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe to that. And as well as, if you're unfamiliar with me, you should be familiar with me. I hope you are. My name is Alex from Reporterfy Media. I do a lot of stuff on China. My latest vlog was out of Chongqing before the rest of the crew invaded the city, and I've done very well there. One thing I want to point out, I just recently did a... I don't know if you've watched it, Max. I did a documentary on Wuhan. Are you familiar with it? Did you watch it?
I haven't.
Well, I'll just play a little bit of a trailer. It's a 30-second trailer from, as we know that, you know, Wuhan is a very famous city now for many reasons, but I decided to take a few months of my life to interview and to also inquire of all content creators around China to give their first kind of feeling on what was going on during the pandemic. So I'll just roll a quick trailer of mine if you want to see it and visit some pretty exciting things on China. You can visit me at Reporterfy Media. Here's the trailer from my recent documentary called Blaming Wuhan. January 23rd, 2020. If you've never heard of Wuhan before, you certainly have now. A city of 11 million people, the size of London, that's gone quiet. Well, there you are. I just wanted to say another note that it's, you know, this community that we all belong to, you know, Ni Hao Cassandra and, you know, Mexicanos in China, the Jayo Nation, Lee Barrett, Jerry Good, Quaylo60. All these channels are trying to get the message out about, you know, cities also like Chongqing. And, you know, my experience in Chongqing has been life-changing, and you know, I think we really take a lot of time and effort to put these videos together. And, you know, events like today, we like to, as you see, there's content creators at the show as well as there's reporters at the show like James as well. But it's so interesting for us to take part in these kind of events and share our videos. Now, I can guarantee you both these channels that are on here with me as well, Cassandra's and Max's channel, you will be seeing a lot of videos, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, sure. I want to give it that to Cassandra because she was also recording a lot. I'm interested in seeing and hearing what she's going to put up. ¿Qué van a estrenar, chicos, de Chongqing? ¿Qué videos grabaron? ¿Qué podemos esperar? Estamos emocionados nosotros también, ¿eh?
Sí, muy emocionados. Atentos, chicos, a todos los que nos están viendo. Se vienen en las siguientes semanas muchísimos videos de Chongqing porque grabamos mucho, fuimos a diferentes partes.
Sí.
Se vienen algunos videos que van a ser tipo vlog, es decir, como blog de viajes, que desde la mañana hasta la noche les vamos contando nuestro día. Y también se vienen otros videos más específicos, de temas específicos. Por ejemplo, el que podemos adelantarles, Hotpot de Chongqing, por supuesto.
Sí.
Ese fue bueno.
Traje chino.
Sí, hay uno donde hablamos del hanfu, nos vestimos con traje hanfu y comimos hotpot con
La
traje.
hierba.
¿Hierba? Sí, también comimos hotpot.
Hotpot, sí, también.
Con los trajes chinos, y los trajes chinos son así largos.
Sí,
entonces
como
para
esa
comer
ópera chino.
hotpot picante rojo, una sopa roja, era muy difícil comerlo, pero lo logramos.
Sí.
Y la competencia estuvo buena, ¿no?
Sí, también puede averiguar el canal de Max, el mexicano en China, que él hace muchos videos sobre como en camino para... Sí, él también es muy divertido.
Sí, y ellos entrevistaron a Haoyan y también me entrevistaron a mí, así que van a ver algunas entrevistas por ahí también en su canal y nosotros vamos a tener algunos videos con ellos también. Así que se viene muy interesante.
Sí.
So Max and Cassandra, I'm gonna go through some messages on the screen here, and you just tell me if I should keep going or if you want to comment. So here we go. Okay. So tell me to keep moving on.
Solo miro la pantalla de Cassandra. He's only looking at Cassandra's screen.
Okay.
That's good, Podrick. Alejandra García, suscrita en campanita activa. Muchas gracias, Alejandra. Abril, Cassandra sí es muy chida, muy chida. De hecho, Haoyan ya estuvo aprendiendo algunas frases en español. Como Haoyan, ¿me escuchas?
No manches, ya valió.
No manches. Hola. Haoyan ya aprendió español mexicano. Sí. Me gusta el contenido de mexicanos en China. Yeah, you can keep going. Obrigado. Obrigado es portugués, ¿no? O portugués, creo que sí. Alfredo, llevo un año apenas aprendiendo chino. Pues ánimo, nosotros también, entonces puedes unirte al reto. Barrett también está. Melissa, awesome, Cassandra. She's awesome for sure. Saludos. ¿Cada cuándo hacen esas ferias? They're asking how often do you have this expos, Alex?
James? How long is the, sorry, James. Expo, is it once a year? Is it every year?
Well, we're here at the International Convention Centre, so
right.
there are like conventions and exhibitions here throughout the year.
Right.
I think this particular one is going to go on until the end of January. Because then if you come to Chongqing and you come to Yuela, you will find exhibitions going on all the time.
Okay. And you guys do a lot of coverage. If you guys aren't there yourself, there's lots of information on the iChongqing website, and as well as I know that your YouTube channel is constantly putting out information on Chongqing. So if you want to be up to date on what's going on with these organizations, these events, travel, tourism, what the best places to go, the best places to see is visit the iChongqing website as well as iChongqing YouTube, Facebook, and I know you have Twitter. Okay, we're going to continue on with some of these messages here.
Están diciendo que el video del Joto... Mira, Cassandra está viendo como un astronauta que se ve bastante interesante. Cassandra is looking like an astronaut. That's pretty cool. So, I don't know if we can take a closer look to that one.
Se supone que es el primero
que sube
a la luna.
sí.
No sé si saben que ahora China está haciendo muchas pruebas para ir a la luna, recolectar material, etcétera. Han avanzado muchísimo en eso, pero aquí también muestran el origen, que fue como el primer astronauta que fue a la luna. ¿Sí? No sé mucho de esto,
Apoyo 11.
Apolo 11,
Sí, apoyo.
Apoyo para nuestros canales, chicos.
Okay, I'm just going through a few more of these messages for you as well, Max.
Ok, thank you. Están diciendo que están muy emocionados por el video del hotpot. Va a ser un video fenomenal, chicos. Vamos a tener dos versiones, una en el canal de Cassandra y otra en el nuestro, porque literalmente nos disfrazaron con, bueno, no es disfraz, es ropa. Nos pusieron la ropa tradicional china, hubo ahí unas competencias, entonces competimos Cassandra, Haoyang, Noelia y yo, y era creo que es la asociación de Hanfu de Chongqing, de ropa tradicional, entonces la competencia estuvo muy interesante. Chequen el video para ver quién ganó y pueden dejar ahí en los comments quién creen que ganó. Siguiente comentario, me voy a inscribir al canal de mexicanos. Muchas gracias, Bodrick. Muchísimas gracias. Serían los primeros porque la mayoría que sigo canales de españoles, acá y a Mandarin Lab. Sí sé que Cassandra acaba de hacer una colaboración con Mandarin Lab, un canal muy interesante y muy bueno para aprender chino. ¿En serio? Sí, yo creo que sí. Apoyo total a mexicanos en China. Muchas gracias, Katy Camacho. Cierto, Valentina. Ok, next. No manches, aparece en los comentarios. Esa es la frase que acaba de aprender Haoyang. Le estuvimos enseñando español mexicano y seguramente se va a ver ahí en los videos. Entonces sé que Cassandra tiene bastantes paisanos entre sus suscriptores. Pues si escuchan por ahí a Haoyang diciendo no manches o algo, no se sorprendan. Ya es más mexicano que nada.
What do we got there, James?
Okay, so behind me is a robot called Cruiser. So if you're paying attention to Chongqing earlier in the year, we actually visited a company, a Chinese company called Jinie Xuan Gao Peji, which is a recent company as well. Because like I said, lots of these tech companies, the local ones, have only been in business a few years. And but this one came on the news in Chongqing because even though it's not turned on, if it's all powered up, what it can do is you can basically ask it any question, and it has voice recognition, and it can give you the answers. So, for example, they put these in the train stations, and people can come up.
Right.
They can ask it questions like, how many cases are there today, or something like that.
So we'll be seeing those. We'll be seeing those in grocery stores. Maybe they could translate the message that somebody put for us on the screen just now.
Right. Probably could, I asked it questions like, what is the meaning of life, and it did actually think of an answer for me. And also, in some places out and about in Chongqing, for example, on restaurants, I see more and more hot pot restaurants where robots kind of like these, bring out hold these trays and bring all the food up to your table. So I kind of expect to see more and more of this guy in the near future.
And maybe they'll be checking our temperature in the future. Who knows? What message have we got on the screen there, Max?
They're saying, teach Spanish to James and Alex.
Hola, ¿cómo está? Okay, no problem.
Hola, amigos.
I can kind of understand the Spanish written down. I can't understand it spoken, but I can speak French, so I can more or less follow it.
Yeah, but you can say hello to our friends in Spanish. You just go hola amigos.
Hola amigos.
Me llamo James. Vengo desde Inglaterra.
Yeah, you even can roll your R's. You even can do the rrr. That's difficult and Haoyang can do it perfectly, which is pretty. That's the first time I see that. There you go. Haoyang lo hace perfecto.
So everybody, I just want to, we'll probably wrap up some things here. I just want to go around in the circle here, and everybody can do their goodbyes, and everybody can also tell everyone that this is a fantastic community to suggest everybody's channels. I want my subscribers to watch everybody else's wonderful videos that are coming out. Vice versa. Let's give goodwill to everybody and have everybody to mix into this community, and a big thumbs up and very big thanks thanks to Chongqing for showing all of these content creators an absolute fantastic, top-notch, well-done job in Chongqing. I'm going to go with Cassandra first. I'm going to then go to Max second. James is going to say thanks for Chongqing, and then I'm going to wrap up the show. So here we go to Cassandra. If we could go a bit closer so we can hear her. There we go.
Thank you so much, everybody. Muchas gracias a todos por ver este directo. Va a quedar guardado, por lo que sé, va a quedar guardado en el canal para que lo vean y pueden ver nuestras partes que hablamos en español, y si entienden inglés pueden ver también los otros. En general fue aquí en este recinto de la Feria de Diseño Industrial en Chongqing, China. Con este mapa de Chongqing, de la ciudad de Chongqing, con los vuelos que están llegando a la ciudad, nos despedimos.
Ahora estamos hablando en el cielo en Beijing.
La ciudad de Chongqing.
Sí, si les gustó ese live, denos un me gusta.
Denle me gusta y suscríbanse a todos los canales que participaron.
Sí.
Muchas gracias,
Muchas
chicos.
gracias, chicos.
Chao,
Hasta
chao.
luego.
And thank you guys very much for spending time in Chongqing. And don't forget to subscribe to her channel. All the links are below in the description box. It's very easy and it's free. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go to Max. Max,
Okay.
ready?
Saludos a toda la bandita que nos está viendo desde México, Chile, Latinoamérica. And hey, everybody, thanks a lot for watching this live stream. It was a pretty amazing week in Chongqing. Fue una semana muy padre. Entonces van a estar viendo todos los videos en el canal de Cassandra, en el nuestro. Chongqing también va a sacar algunos. Muchas gracias a Chongqing por llevarnos a este paseo que fue fenomenal. La pasamos muy bien. Chicos, Cassandra, Haoyang, si todavía están escuchando esto, ya los extrañamos desde ahora. Ojalá puedan venir a Suyo pronto y nos vemos en la próxima. No olviden suscribirse a todos los canales. Don't forget to subscribe. Alex has a pretty amazing documentary. Chongqing has amazing content about the city. And Cassandra, bueno, tiene videos padrísimos que de hecho nos han inspirado. Así que muchas gracias y hasta la próxima. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, so excited to watch that content. Oh, can't wait for you guys to get back and start editing. Oh, how much we love that, huh? Okay, James, on to you, sir.
Okay, I've had a great time here at the exhibition in ULI. And it's been a pleasure showing you around all of the things here. And it's been also a good learning experience for me. Seeing lots of things here, lots of new innovations, new designs. Particularly for products that I never really associated with fashion before. So I've had a really good time today. So thank you for the audience for following us. Again, I'll just reiterate, don't forget to subscribe to Mexicanos in China and also Chongqing. And I look forward to seeing you again in the near future, in the very near future.
Well, thank you for that, James. And I want to thank all the content creators for spending time down there with the Chongqing team. They are fantastic. You've probably met a lot of the team there, Ashley, Sasha, Mikael, as well as Catherine, Chow. And if I'm missing anyone, my apologies. I'm just trying to pull all the names. But anyway, this is a fantastic team. We're here to show China and great. Have a safe and happy day, everyone, and your last remaining days there in Chongqing. Cassandra, have a good time there, and maybe you get one last hot pot in there. Everyone, thank you very much from all of us here. We appreciate your time and effort, and thanks for joining us, and a big wave goodbye to everybody. Take care.
Okay, adios.
Adios.
Adios.